everybody. I thought that it would be good, and it's kind of funny. I thought, well, there's still a lot of negative energies out there, but it feels like we're pulling ourselves up out of the muck and mire. I think it's some of the leftover energies from some of the, like the astral positions and all that. And we have to set our own personal astral positions in the right direction, right? Just saying. So it was funny, I'm sitting here thinking about money and I turn and realize I have my hand on a green deck. And I think that that's kind of shaking people a little bit. I did hear someone, now that I think of it, earlier talking about the volatility of the financial system, which is expected more or less. I think a lot of us were expecting this little bit of a wobble. They do have, I did hear there were announcements of encouraging people to call the suicide prevention hotlines if you're like a stockbroker, et cetera. So, yeah, I mean, and you don't have to be tied to the financial system to have those kind of stressors going on. I think a lot of people are going through that right now. So let's see what we can do to kind of make things better. Point our noses, our minds, and our energies in the right direction. Point us in the direction that we need to really take control. We can't control what these posers are doing, but we can control how we feel, what we think, and how we conduct ourselves with others. Be honest and true. If you're not an honest and true person, and that's just not going to get you. It's not going to get you through what's coming. I think you're going to get exposed. More and more people are getting more and more intuitive, and they're going to be able to find you out. Yeah, hang on to your britches. And this is the Four of Earth, which is Four of Pentacles, which is something that bespeaks of hanging on. And I mean, you really know what you got. And this lady, she's amazing looking, by the way. Yeah, gonna get my fingers out of the way. But yeah, she's pretty cool, right? What do they call that? Gossamer. Like she's got gossamer wings. They're not feathered. They're structured. But they look like they're really flexible, but they're strong. And I think that that's probably what we're needing to do, is we need to be flexible with things, but also strong. She does have feathers. She will cut to the chase. She will cut you to the quick. She is justice. And some of the justice cards, my number. All righty, I love it. That is my number. So she is amazing. And it's almost like she is the sun and she is the moon. The sun and the moon. That's like an infinite, like an Ouroboros or a sign of infinity, which kind of looks like a figure 8. Okay, that's an interesting shape. I'm going to have to look into that. I was just looking at that. It's just a very interesting shape. But yeah, this to me represents like the sun, and she's more like the moon. So sometimes this mystery of justice can be sometimes a mystery. We don't always understand it. Maybe one more from here. And it does feel like this is a financial thing. It's also positioning our heart in the right direction. Sorry, I don't know why Stormy's all kind of happy. It's because I'm in here talking. She probably heard me talking. Yeah, Queen of Swords. She kind of bespeaks justice in the day and in the night. She's got the wisdom. She's got the wisdom. We've got the wisdom that we need to bring this forward. So let's see what we can do with this. So I'm going to try and keep this short and sweet, as I call it. This is a school night that I'm posting this on. So I have to get up bright and early for work tomorrow. I can't crash too early because, you just end up waking up in the middle of the night. Alrighty. I hope you guys are able to join me on Saturdays at noon Eastern Standard Time here in the U.S. on YouTube. I am still working on slow and steady. Goes the progress towards going live on Rumble whenever I want with that more spicy content. Oh, look at that. What did I say? Wisdom. Wisdom. Imagination rules the world. She looks pretty dreamy. I know this is the 4. She's just kind of hanging on and thinking about things. She also, to me, feels kind of on the dreamy. She is not so dreamy. She's very cut and dry. So it's like the yin and yang of creativity and mystery. Whatever you create becomes who you are. Choose wisely. And this is why I feel like she showed up. She's a lady of wisdom, right? Whoa. That was a lot. So again, please be sure to check in on Saturday at noon Eastern Standard Time. I'll see what we can do to kind of figure out what's coming. If you want to have a personal reading, you can send me an email. My times are limited, but I am available. All righty, that's a little bit of a dump. All right, let's see what it is. Money flow, hard work, putting plans in motion. Sometimes we need to take time off. So once the gears get moving, things are going to work on their own. We just have to put in that little extra effort. And this is something about our gears might be getting stuck on something. What are our gears getting stuck on? Because it says money blocks, being stuck, financially sound. Something about water, travel, but for now we're okay. But this is like a heads up. This is an anchor. So this is like a heads up of making sure that we're ready and we are steady, we're balanced. So don't cut corners. We will have a breakthrough. Wow, I don't feel like this is us, but there is somebody out there who's going to be experiencing some contact with the law. It's a possibility that your job may be in danger or in peril, but it's probably because you cut those corners, right? Where was it? Money flow, hard work, money blocks. One of these 2 cards, I'm reading it upside down. But yeah, I think it's this, time off. Oh yeah, it's right in the same one, cutting corners. Don't cut corners. Do it right. So it's going to slow down the flow. And it's okay to move. It doesn't mean that you have to move out of state or change your house, or just moving for work means you could go from a sedentary job to something that's more physical, right? So we need to be the boss. We need to take up the crown and we need to take charge. That's how we're going to make the progress. That's how we're going to make this progress. That's going to lead to overflowing prosperity, nurturing and taking care of our businesses, and we're going to be fulfilled. We're going to feel fulfillment. Our cup is going to be filled. It's not going to happen unless we take action. We need to get out. And again, this is athletic on it. This is athletic, and to me, that's kind of like that movement. We're talking about moving, getting moving. Yeah, this is what we want to not be part of, is this side. Let's try and maintain this. We need to be made aware of this, but this is where we want to be, because that extra money is going to be ornamental. It's going to give us a sense of security. Wow, this says retirement on it. Wouldn't that be nice? You know, I have said this for years. Do what you love what you do, and you'll never work a day in your life. So if you have achieved that aspect in your life, you are already retired. I felt like when I was a stay-at-home mom and I had quit my job, and I remember telling one of my siblings that I am retired because my work now is total fulfillment. We're going to get an energy card, an overarching energy card, and then we're going to call it a day or a night for me. So what's the overarching outside of money in our relationships, in our personal relationships? What can we find that might be helpful? What can you tell us that would be helpful to us? I actually am getting a really sharp pain in my left ear, and I don't know why. It's not like in the ear canal, it's like just below it and right into the ear, outside of the ear, and in. It's just really weird. So maybe it's something to do with struggling to understand, maybe not addressing things that we should or we're ignoring. Let me tell you, it's pretty sharp and it is hard to ignore. Realization, the frequency supports the internal process of becoming aware of our heart-centered truth, as well as the external process of becoming our highest expression in this world. All of these put together, being aware of the downside and managing the upside appropriately with balance and wisdom. Balance and wisdom. So thank you so much for stopping by. I hope this was helpful to you. If you need anything, please do reach out, and I will hopefully see you in the next reading. Bye.